Good evening, Sheetal. Good evening. So, from where you are joining? Which place of India? Is
Sir,
it?
I'm from Mumbai.
You are in Mumbai. Good, good, good.
Yes.
ARC classes.
Sir, I would say it's truly God's grace because I got a mail from NIRC one day.
Okay.
And it was started with some crash course lectures on GST and Ind AS by Gopal Krishna Raju.
Okay.
So I enrolled for it. So at
Okay.
that point of time, we had few lectures. So
Okay.
after that, then I got the schedule email from NIRC. So I
Okay.
said nothing like it because I'm working, sir. So for me, attending full-time class is also not possible.
See, to all the final students, mostly they are working people.
Right, sir, right.
So your office is over
Timing
now.
during this work from home. No, sir, I have to work after 8.
Okay. Okay.
These are tender mercies given by my seniors, you know.
Good, good, good. You
I
can.
can't afford to miss your lecture, sir, because only after you've started teaching, I at least understand something in CFR. I'm being absolutely honest with you.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You can also.
How are you feeling now? You feeling fine?
I'm feeling fine.
Thank God. Good.
All
Good,
right.
good.
Because it's climate and things and all, Delhi is a place, bit of winter you have to experience. So the change of climate,
Right.
because of that you tend to get, and the pollution. That
Correct,
is
sir. Correct, correct. Same here in Mumbai. It is humid sometimes and it starts raining. And the problem is now we get scared to go to the doctor also, even if it is a cold or fever. You know what is the only name they know nowadays. So it becomes very difficult.
very true, very true. You can tell your friends also if anybody is there in WARC, your friends are there, they can also join.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'll definitely, sir.
Or you can tell them that there are videos are there in YouTube and they can watch it.
Sure,
These,
sir. Sure, I will. Sure, I will because I've benefited so much from this, and these 2 hours are the time when I can actually focus on whatever is being taught, and it really sits in my head. So I'll definitely recommend it to my friends also.
nice, 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 nice. So many people from South also they have joined. I really surprised because NAS didn't tell me that these classes are all over India. It is being, branched or something like that. They never told me this. They told me that we are going to,
Okay.
we are going to conduct the class, and your part is CFR. Your part is half of the things you have to teach, and your part will be coming later in November. I said in November people won't. They will be very busy with their exams and other things and all. They will never,
Correct.
come for the class or something like that. And unfortunately, the person who's supposed to take the first session, he could not take take the class, and they requested me, sir, now you have to take the full.
Right.
So that way, about 2, 3 classes we have missed out. So it
Right,
was
sir.
very late, they have told me. And
Right.
I had to adjust my other classes with the CA Institute and CMA Institute, CS Institute, then to find the time here. So that way it was.
Okay. Yeah, because every bar in ICA would inform this cancelled. So all students were like worried. What happened or what happened to this
Acha.
subject? Everyone gets scared. But then this is really nice. So we're blessed. Thank you. And thank you enough.
It's a good experience. Normally, I've been interacting with NARC students. It was face-to-face classes. interact.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
some of the people you have to talk in English also. We are not getting it. Then I saw the names and other places. Then they are. Then they said, "Sir, it is being broadcast all over India, and but we have not informed the people that way.
Okay.
So you are only the people. You can only tell your friends and come and
Right. So that they
benefit
can
the
take the
class."
benefit of the lecture, because this is a very good initiative on the part of NIRC to extend it to pan India.
Yeah. Shall we start now? It is already 6, but
Yes,
only
sir. Yes,
6
sir.
of them.
And yes,
6
sir.
of
We
them.
can start, and students have joined.
5 minutes, then we can start the class because only 6 are there. Because my one, this one, I have two connections. One is for my presentation, another one is, for the audio. So ICA,
All right.
another one. So are not to be included in this. So only 5 students are there. Other students will
Yeah,
join.
yeah,
We
right,
wait.
right, right. Correct. Yeah, sure, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Sir, we'll go on mute. We'll wait for everyone.
Yes,
Thank you.
join in 2-3 minutes. Everybody's joined.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, Sumedha. Brahmpal, what happened to your audio? Brahmpal. Okay, we'll start now. The last class we have completed problem number. We have to go from this is all about the scheme of reconstructions. So in the reconstruction, there are two types of reconstructions are there. One is internal reconstruction, another one is external reconstruction. External reconstruction, the company is wound up and the same company again established. So almost all this, there are some, the assets are not truly representing its value, fair value. So there are a lot of losses are to be written off. There are unnecessary intangible assets exist. If you write off those assets, automatically the equity portion will come down on its own. And when the equity portion comes down, the security of the creditors are disturbed. It is diluted. So there might be a lot of problem, legal problem. People may go to court. And if you want to, if you want to even reduce, if you want to reduce the values and you want to bring the true picture, still people may not accept it. Some people may accept it, some people may not accept it. The only solution is restarted external restriction. Same company is closed and same company is again formed. If the shareholders, the creditor, the lenders, if they foresee any future for the business, if they feel that the earning capacity of the business is very, very good, whatever setbacks are there, only is ready to sacrifice benefits or other interest, then losses can be written off. Asset value can be brought into books at the right value, and unnecessary valueless intangible assets can be written off. This we do it in internal reconstruction. External reconstruction is just like the business combination. There are many different reconstruction. Some difference will be there. So the capital might be reduced and it will be reconstituted. So how we have to do that we are going to see today. So the internal reconstruction, we are going to do that. Problem number 17 we are going to do now. Before that, my request, about that there is a paragraph, but otherwise external reconstruction amalgamation differs as follows. That paragraph, point 1, 2, 3, please mark it. It may come as a small theory question. Please mark that. Page number 194. Page number 194. Before the illustration 17, there is a paragraph, but otherwise external reconstruction and amalgamation differs as follows. Given the difference between the external reconstruction and the internal reconstruction, please understand that it might come as a small theory question for 4 marks. Okay, so yes, my request, please kindly go through this. Otherwise, I would like to any one of you to read it. Sheetal, why don't you read that paragraph? Please kindly read it.
Yes, sir. So it's on page 194.
Illustration 17. Immediately before that, there is a paragraph, but otherwise, only that paragraph.
Yeah. But otherwise, external reconstruction and amalgamation differs as follows. In external reconstruction, only one company is involved, whereas in amalgamation, there are at least 2 existing companies which amalgamate. Point number 2, in external reconstruction, a new company is certainly formed, whereas in amalgamation, a new company may be formed, or in the alternative, one of the existing companies may take over the other amalgamating company or companies, and no new company may be formed. Point number 3, the objective of the external reconstruction is to reorganize the financial structure of the company. On the other hand, the objective of the amalgamation is to cut competition and reap the economies of larger scale.
Thank you. Right. So,
Yes,
3 points, please kindly remember. Please kindly go through it. It might come as a small theory question. Okay. Right. Let's go for the next one. Illustration 17. So before going this, I would like to tell you a little bit of the internal reconstruction. Here we will be preparing capital reduction account, just like the realization account. Capital reduction account. Here there is no acquirer, acquiree, transferee concept, not that, because the company is not closed. Same company, the capital is adjusted and the borrowings are adjusted and assets and liabilities are restated. Okay, so no realization account because there is no transferor, there is no transferee, there is no acquirer, there is no acquirer. Company is, the capital is reduced and the losses are adjusted. Okay, so we will be making capital reduction account, then shareholders account. If needed, otherwise there is no need of anything. The capital reduction account is the main one. Shareholders account we need not to make it. Capital reduction account we will be preparing. This account is a nominal account. all the losses are to be debited and all the incomes are to be credited. We will be writing off all the losses, like any miscellaneous expenditures are there, and any reduction in the value of the asset, and all the intangible assets. If they don't say anything, all the intangible assets are valueless. We'll be writing off all these things, and any losses yet to be written off, and any gains will be credited. Here, the gains will be sacrifice of shareholders, creditors, and the lenders. Okay, the result of this account will be there won't be any that the losses are settled. Okay, the losses are get settled. See, this is the capital reduction account. So the losses will be settled. That is decrease in asset value. Okay, sacrifice of shareholders, creditors, and lenders will be taken. And writing of losses also will be losses, intangible assets. All these things will be writing off. And if this is not sufficient, these gains are not sufficient to make up this loss, then we will be taking whatever the surplus is that will be taken. If the surplus is also exhausted, then the provisions, any provisions are made to meet the future expected expenses. So any provisions are there, all the provisions will be used to adjust this. Sometimes what happens, your the losses. In such a cases, again, the result, capital reduction account, balancing figure, if it comes in the debit side, then that is a gain. So capital reduction gain will be transferred to capital reserve. Okay. Just for hypothetically, I'm telling you, if there is a balancing figure in credit side, then you have to transfer to goodwill account. But you should not come because we want to write off all the losses and all the valueless intangible assets. So credit side, you should not get the balance. Debit side and credit side should be in agreement. But sometimes, without thinking that, sometimes the persons are set. In that case, if any losses are coming, losses will be transferred to goodwill account. If there is a profit, and profit will be transferred to which account? The profit will be transferred to capital reserve account. Is that clear? Is that clear? Nobody is responding. Okay. Right, friend. Now we'll go for this problem, please. And one more thing I would like to tell you about what is subdivision. Subdivision of shares and consolidation. Share capital, consolidation of share capital. Okay. Suppose, let's say here you have this is one share. One share, the value is rupees 100. If we are converting this one share into 10 shares, we converted this into 10 shares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So of rupees 10 each. This process we call it as subdivision of shares. So from the higher denomination of 100 rupees, we have reduced to lower denomination of 10 rupees. From higher denomination to lower denomination, if you do, the number of shares will be increasing. This we call it as शेयर को हम 10 रुपया शेयर बना दिया. 10 रुपये बनाने से नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स ज्यादा हो जाता है. So we call this as subdivision. The same thing, if you convert this 10 shares of rupees 10 each into one share of rupees 100 each. 10 shares of one each is converted into 100 rupees share of one share. 10 शेयर को इकट्ठे करके एक शेयर बना दिए हैं. पहले था 10 रुपया, अभी दो एक शेयर का वैल्यू 100 रुपीज. हम 10 शेयर को इकट्ठे करके एक बनाएगा तो देन वी कॉल इट एज कंसोलिडेशन ऑफ शेयर कैपिटल. In consolidation, number of shares get reduced. In consolidation, from small denomination to higher denomination, we convert. In that process, number of shares get reduced. So, but the share capital remains same. The value of the share capital remains same. Suppose there are here 1 lakh shares of 10 each it is there. When you are converting this, it will become 10,000 shares of rupees 100 each. But total share capital will be 10,000 into 100, 10 lakhs. There is no difference in that. So this we call it, this process we call it as subdivision and consolidation. Then another one is that is, so this is first part we'll be doing. Then how to account the sacrifice. They might say rupees 100 share reduced to rupees 90. Rupees 100 shares reduced to rupees 90. So here 10 rupees is the sacrifice. This sacrifice will be transferred to capital reduction account. The value of shares are get reduced. This is the sacrifice by the shareholder, equity shareholders. So the entry will be share capital account debit to capital reduction. How much is 10 rupees? This is one part. Another one, what they may say, rupees reduced to rupees 10 trader. Can anyone say what is the difference between this? Not the amount. I'll take here also 10 rupees. Okay. I'll take here also 10 rupees. Reduced to 10 rupees. So here 90 rupees is the sacrifice. What is the difference between this and this? Any one of you? Any one of you? Just you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. Any one of you? Brahmpal?
This is still payable.
Yes, Anand? What did you say?
90 rupees is made payable. 100 rupees is fully paid. Again, that person has to pay on 90 rupees.
Which one? The previous first one or second one?
No. From 100 rupees share, when you are reducing it to 10 rupees, it means the shareholder has to pay another 90 rupees.
It becomes a fully paid, has become the partially paid up, and they can.
And he has to pay another 90 rupees.
The second case, what is the difference between the first case and second case? This is the first case. Case 1. This is case 2. What is the difference between these two?
100 share reduced to 10 rupees. That is, the authorized capital is reduced.
Not authorized capital is reduced. Here, I have not talked about the authorized capital. Here
The
only paid up capital get reduced.
From
100 to 10 rupees. So, here they have not said subdivided or something like that. Nothing is said. In that case, what will happen? So, equity share capital rupees 100 account debit to equity share capital rupees 10 account. Here the 10 rupees is fully paid up, fully paid up, they say here. The first case they say it is only 90 rupees. It is reduced to 10 rupees. So 90 rupees reduced, paid up capital. The face value is not reduced, but here the face value get reduced from 100 to 10. So here 100 is the, here 10 rupees has come. The balance will be going to capital reduction account. This is the sacrifice, 90 rupees. The equity shareholders are sacrificing. So capital reduction. So that is the difference between this one and the second one. You have to see the problem. Yes. The second case, both the cases, it is reduced to 10 rupees. But here, it is fully paid up. Second case is fully paid up. First case, the fully paid up is brought down to partially paid up. So 10 rupees paid up, anytime the company can ask for the balance 90 rupees. That is the difference. Right. Now let us go for the problem. Other things we'll discuss while doing the problem. Please kindly see the illustration 17. The following is the balance sheet as at 31st March 2017 of Hospital Limited. They given everything. Fixed assets including goodwill of 1,180,000. So, and one more thing, whenever you read the problem, that time itself you have to, underline the critical points in the problem that that you have to underline. This is one of the very informative item, including goodwill of 1 lakh. So you have to highlight it, underline it, because we may miss it in the examination. So you should not miss it. So underline it. So when I used to write the exam, I used to carry 3 different color pens. And very important areas when the question comes, I underline it with a color pen. I don't write. You are not supposed to write with the color pens in the exams other than blue and black. But in the question paper, you can underline it, okay? Or you take the highlighter and highlight it so that it will not be even there. It is ready. It is sacrifice. Okay. It is sacrifice. Sacrifice is 90 rupees, both the cases. No refund will be there. There is no refund. You have to here sacrifice, only the sacrifice exists here. There is no returning back of money. Okay, because it is a scheme accepted by all the shareholders, lenders, and creditors. So You may underline including goodwill of 1 lakh, critical point in the problem. Contingent liability preference dividend arrears 60,000. The board of directors of the company decided upon the following scheme of reconstruction, which was duly approved by all concerned and put into effect from 1st April 2017. The preference shares are to be converted into 12% unsecured debentures 100 each with regard to 70% of the dues, including arrears of dividends, and for the balance equity shares of rupees 50 paid up would be issued. Authorized capital of the company permitted the issue of additional shares. Equity shares would be reduced to share of rupees 50 each paid up. Since goodwill has no value, the same is to be written off fully. The market value of the investments are to be reflected 60,000. Obsolete items in stock 75,000 are to be written off. Bad debts to the extent of 5% of total debtors would be provided. Fixed assets to be written down by 180. Company carried on trading for 6 months up to 30th September 2017 and made a net profit of 1 lakh after writing off depreciation 23% per annum on the revised value of the fixed assets. The half-yearly working resulted in an increase of sundry debtors by 80,000, stock by 70,000, and cash by 50,000. You are to show the journal entries in the giving the effect to the above arrangement and also draw the balance sheet of the company on 30th September 2017. Drawing balance sheet is making the journal entries are not difficult. It will be very, very simple. But drawing the balance sheet is little tricky. So do these problems 1 or 2 times. You get the flow, how we have to do that. Everything you will be getting. Okay, right. Now I'm starting with problem number 17. Whenever we do, always start with the capital reductions. Any capital reduction is there, first do it. Okay. So here, what they say here, equity shares could be reduced in the point number 2. Equity shares could be reduced of rupees 50 each paid up. So how much they are sacrificing? They are sacrificing 50 rupees is sacrificed. So here the entry would be equity share capital account debit. To capital reduction. Capital reduction account. 100 rupees share is reduced to 50 rupees. You have 8,500 shares. So the sacrifice is 50 rupees. So how much it will be? Half of 8 lakh 50,000. So 4 lakh 25,000 is sacrifice of equity shareholders. The balance can be called anytime. Okay, right. This is the first one. Right. Now the next is preference shares are to be converted into 12% unsecured debentures of rupees 100 each with regard to 70% of the dues. And the balance equity shares 50 paid up would be issued. See here now how much is the so here percentage of the preference shares they are not given. So percentage preference shares. The total face value is how much? Total face value is 4 lakhs, including arrears of dividend, they said. So preference dividend arrears, that is 60,000. So the total due is 4,60,000. And they say, what do they say? 12% unsecured debentures of rupees 100 each with regard to 70%. Okay, right. %12 unsecured debenture. How much should be 460,000 plus 70%? 4,60,000 into 0.7. That is 3,22,000. And balance, the balance equity share capital of 50 paid up. So this will be 63, 22 is 70%. So this for 1,38,000. So rupees 1,38,000. Issue equity shares. So what will be the entry? Preference share capital account debit. Accumulated arrears of preference dividend is not there in the balance sheet. Now we have to account that. So this will be debited. So arrears of okay. I'm looking at my iPad and writing, not looking at the screen. So in case if I'm not, if any problem is there, unmute your audio and tell me. Okay, so that I can immediately respond. Okay. How long the audio was not there? Quite some time. How long the audio was not there? Nobody wants to talk. Okay. Getting it? Second entry. I've been telling about this. See, we suppose to do this preference share capital account. Right? Arrears of preference dividend account debit to preference shareholders account. This is the entry we have to make it. But arrears of preference dividend is not there in the balance sheet. So if you make it, then the balance sheet will not tally if you show this as the arrears of balance sheet, arrears of preference dividend, because it's not there in the balance sheet. So what we will be doing, we will be transferring this to protection. This is what I said. So capital reduction account debit. So arrears of dividend 60,000 will be there, and your preference share capital is how much? Preference share capital is 4 lakhs. And shareholders account will become 460,000. That is what it is made. Getting it? विशाल यार बात करो.
यस सर.
अच्छा अच्छा है. चेतन बोल रहा है, विशाल पूछा था, अभी चेतन इसके लिए जवाब दे रहा है. विशाल एंड चेतन बोथ आर वन एंड द सेम. हाँ जी. ओके राइट. ये तो हो गया. नाउ we will do the rest of the things. Okay. थोड़ा बढ़ा देंगे. Okay. The two entries are over. Now have whatever the items are to be debited in the capital reduction account. Have one space, leave the space and do it. And the items to be credited, for that also you can leave the space and we can do it. And they have said in the third, since the goodwill has no value, the same is to be returned. Okay. So capital reduction account debit. Capital reduction account debit to goodwill. So how much is the goodwill? Goodwill is 1 lakh. So we have to write off the 1 lakh. And if anything is other than this, something like the losses which are not written off, some deferred revenue expenditures are there, other intangible assets are there, that is also to be written off. Even if the goodwill is there and nothing is said, still we have to write off all the intangible assets. Okay, as long as they don't say they are valuable, we have to assume that all the intangible assets are valueless. Okay, right. The next is the market value of the investment is to be reflected at 60,000. How much is here? It is 40,000. So it is increasing. So the entry would be investment account debit to capital reduction. You have to write it fully. You have to write fully. Okay. So how much is the investment? Investment is increased by 20,000. Okay. Right. The next. The obsolete items of the stock of rupees 75,000 is to be returned. The stock is also reduced to stock. 75,000 is returned off. Okay. Bad debts to the extent of 5% of the debtors is to be provided. So to provision for doubtful debts, PBD. How much debtors are 1,50,000, 10%, 15,000, other 7,500 is 5%. Okay, right. Then the next is fixed assets to be written down by 1,80,000. Fixed assets. So to be written down by 1,80,000. Be careful, by and to. Return down to 1,80,000. They say from 10,80,000 to 1,80,000. So about 9 lakhs is the value get reduced. So be careful what they are telling. Okay, whether it is given or by is given. So far for that. The next, The company carried on the trading for 6 months, so that will come later on. This is only the part. Let us check out here how much is this total. How much is this total? 1,75,000 plus 7,500 plus 1,80,000. So this is 3,62,500. 3,62,500. And if you make capital reduction, make the capital reduction account. Let's go for one by one. So first one is for equity share capital by equity share. How much is the sacrifice? Sacrifice 4,25,000. Yeah, 4,25,000. By capital reduction account to raise of dividend. Okay. So two preference shareholders. $60,000. Okay, right. Then preference shareholder equity share capital which is 3. Assets 3,62,500. By investment 20,000. Total is how much? This is 4,45,000. Less than that. So 445,000 minus 422,500. So you get 22,500 as the is equal to. So bit reduction on the bit to capital reserve. Okay. So how much is that? 22,500. This is the way we have to do the entries. Any problem? Problem? In the books of- in the books of Hospital Limited. Now we have to make. Now we have to make the entries in the books of Hospital Limited balance sheet. We have to make it. In that, they have also said that 6 months operations were there. 6 months operations were there. Okay. So how we have to do that? Let's see here. Okay. Balance sheet. Limited. Balance sheet as at which date we have to make the balance sheet? 30th September. 30th September 2017. This is no accounts. Come on. Assets. So here before that, we'll sorry, not working. This is no problems. Share capital. Okay. Okay, share. Four lakh 25,000 we are reduced and left over. They issue to preference shareholders 1,38,000. So the total is 5,63,000. Equity share capital. First one is 8,50,000 minus capital reduction 425,000. So left out is 4,25,000. Then second is issue to preference shareholders 1,38,000. So this is 5,63,000. Then we have second we have other equities. Other equity. We have capital reserve. $22,500. Do we have anything else? Only capital reserve we have. So anything else? See the book. Do you have anything? We don't have anything. And they say that we have the profit of the company carried on trading on 30th September or made a net profit of 1 lakh of writing of depreciation 25%, revised value of fixed assets, half yearly working resulted in increase in sundry debtors, blah blah blah. So here, P&L account, 1 lakh we have. So the total is this is other equity has become 122,500. Okay, right.
So what about general reserve?
The general reserve is there here. Security premium is also there. Yes, all that is fair to consider. Security premium. Security premium is 20,000. Then general reserve. General reserve is 60,000. And you have profit and loss account, retained earnings 1 lakh is there. How much? 500. 2,500. So this is 2,500. This is over. The third is, which is the next one. We have the debentures. So non-current liabilities. We have borrowings. With that, it's simply debentures. Debentures, how much is that? Debentures are 10% debenture, 3,42,000. 10% debentures, 3,42,000. Okay, right. This is over. Then, what are the trade creditors? This is the tricky part, most tricky part. Trade creditors. This is the most tricky part. Do it later on, not now. Okay. Right. We'll take about 10 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Then the side is over. Now, non-current assets, PP. I'm considering this fixed assets are PP. Okay. So PP. Fixed assets, how much they given? 1,80,000. 11,80,000 is given. Minus goodwill. 1 lakh. Minus value reduced. How much value reduced? We say that fixed assets are reduced by how much? Fixed assets. Fixed assets reduced by 1,80,000. So this is 1,80,000. Okay. And minus depreciation 6 months. How much is the depreciation? What is the depreciation they say? Depreciation made liter of 1 lakh, writing up depreciation 25%. Okay. So this will be balance 11,80,000 minus 2,80,000. This will become 9 lakhs less depreciation. Balance on 1/4/2017. Depreciation 6 months. 9 lakhs into 25 by 100 into 6 by 12. So how much is this? 1,12,500 minus that to get the balance. Okay. That is 7,87,500. Okay, this is the value of PPE. Balance on 59,2017. What is the investments, long-term investments? Balance how much? 40,000. Add increase in value 20,000. Now the value is 60,000. Okay. 7 is sundry debtors. Stock inventory. Inventory they already given. The half yearly working resulted in an increase in sundry debtors by 80,000, stock by 70,000. So opening stock. Opening stock was 2,75,000. How much we have reduced minus obsolete. We have return of 75,000. The balance is 2 lakhs. Add increase. Increase they say in the stock 70,000. So the inventory value 2 lakhs 70,000. Okay. The stock is now 2 lakhs 70,000. Next is trade receivable. Opening balance. How much the returns were there? 1,50,000. Then 150 minus provision for doubtful debts 7,500. So it was 142,500. Balance on 1,470. And increase 80,000. So 2,22,500. Finally, the last one, cash and cash equivalents. Cash on so they say how much cash increases by 50,000. So bank 65,000. There is no increase. Cash opening balance nil. Add increase 50,000. So cash and cash equivalents has become 1,15,000. Is over. So trade creditors, there is no difference. This is what we think. In the problem, they have very cleverly, they have not given how much is the trade creditors. So how to find out the trade creditors? Let's see here first. So sure. a very important one. Calculation of creditors. Please, everybody, please kindly pay attention here. And this is the one area generally people don't understand. Okay. Profit and loss account, how much it was? 1 lakh was the after depreciation, things are there. And depreciation. Depreciation is how much? We have calculated 1 lakh. So what is this? This is cash flow from operations. Cash flow from operations is 2,12,500. So this is less cash outflow. This will be increase in debtors. How much? Increase in debtors. We have 80,000. Increase in inventory. 70,000. So it has become 1,50,000. Sir, why didn't you include increase in investments? Increase in investment is the fair value. There is no cash transaction involved in that. Increase in investment 20,000 is just to make it to fair value. There is no cash outflow for purchase of investment or something like that. There was no purchase, only value of investment got increased. No cash flow involved in that. So if you minus this, okay, cash and cash equivalent closing balance supposed to be how much? 2,12,000 minus 1,50,000. So this is how much? 50 plus 12, 62,500. 62,500.
Excuse me, sir.
Hanji.
Sir, can we consider a payment of preference dividend in areas rupees 60,000?
It is not preference dividend is not given. Instead of preference dividend, they have instead of preference dividend, they have given.
Area.
Sharma ji,
Yeah, sir.
my
Okay, sir. Return as paid out. We should not consider, no?
Okay. Mute Hello. Ha. So preference dividend is not paid. Preference dividend is converted into debentures and equity shares. There is no cash outflow for the preference dividend. It is not paid. The total amount is converted into equity shares and debentures.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay, right. So this is the cash and cash equivalents closing balance supposed to be. Like an actual cash balance is how much? Actual cash balance and the cash equivalent 50,000. What does it mean? So this is creditors paid. So we are creditors paid is 12,500. You suppose to have 62,500 as the closing cash balance, but 50,000 is the balance. It is given in the problem. This is given actual cash balance 50,000. So 12,500 is the creditors paid. तो यहाँ जाएगा creditors pay. Creditors rupees. How much is that? 380,000. Less paid. Therefore, 14. 12,500. 12,500. Creditors on 14/9/2017 will be the difference. So 367,500. So we got everything now. We can make the balance sheet. Okay. Assets, non-current assets. First PPE. How much the PPE? PPE is 787,500. 787,500. Current investment. Just that one current investment 6,60,000. 60,000. And the current assets, inventory. Inventory is 7. Inventory is 7. 7. This is 2,70,000. Then financial asset आएगा ये. Financial asset. Trade receivables. Trade receivables are how much? 2,500. 500. Cash in, cash equivalent. 9. Cash in, cash equivalent is 1,15,000. Okay, this is over. What is the next? Liability, equity and liabilities. Equity is how much? 5,63,000. Sure. 5,63,000. Other equities. $500. Non-current liabilities. Financial assets. Borrowings. Financial liabilities. What is the rate of debenture? 12%. 10% debentures. 12% debentures. 12% debentures are 3,22,000. Current liabilities. Financial liabilities. Trade payables.
12%. Excuse me, sir. 12% given.
12%. Correct. 12%. 12%. 12% नहीं 12%. So how much is the creditors? 367. So the total. Tell me how much is the total? Is it tallying? How much is the total? Is it tallying? 14,55,000. It should be also 14,55,000. Tallying? Anji.
Valid, sir.
Tally. Good. Anybody not getting anything? I thought that somebody will ask. Sir, how it is 50,000?
Excuse me, sir.
Anji.
Sir, can we consider a net profit of rupees 1 lakh through capital reduction account and increasing the capital reserve by 1 lakh?
No. Capital reserve lies. There is no cash flow. Capital reserve is the balance. So the sacrifices of the shareholders and the debenture holders, preferential holders. That sacrifice it is. There is no cash inflow or cash outflow for that. So capital reduction पे कुछ नहीं है. Here cash inflow during 6 months period that we have calculated. So in the indirect method we used to do it, cash flow from operating activities we used to do it. So this starts with the net profit, add back all non-cash expenses, then you get the minus non-operating incomes and plus or minus working capital changes. You get the cash flow from operating activities. So there is no other cash outflow or inflow is there from the financing activities and the investment activities. So only cash flow from operating activities there. So it is as per cash flow statement we have done it, indirect method. We have arrived the cash flow that is given actual cash and cash equivalents increase. Actual cash and cash equivalent increase. I thought somebody will ask, sir, the balance is 1,15,000 you said, and you're showing here only 50,000. How it can? Because they say that cash increased by 50,000. So the net cash inflow is 50,000. So that we have taken. Supposed to be 62,500, but it is only 50,000. So 12,500 is the creditors paid we have taken because there is no information given for creditors. Yes, whatever the informations are not credited given, this is the way we have to find out. And this problem is one of the important problem. If at all any internal reconstruction is asked, this question will be asked. Okay. Are you getting this? Maybe you maybe kind of some confusions will be there, little bit of confusion here and there will be there. Once you pen down, then everything will be clear. Once you see it and wherever you are getting, just you refer and do it. Second time when you do it without referring the book, without referring the notes, do it. You get 100%, and yes, everything, all the fundas very clearly you will be getting. Next, friends, any doubt in this problem, you can ask me. Any doubt in this problem? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, clear. Anand, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is Chandrasekharan, sir. Chandrasekharan is not attending the class today. How come? Okay, right. Chalo, right. Let's go for the next one. This is the next one. See here, very limited problems are given in the book. And at least before the exam, once you pen down these problems, because this area consists of a lot of marks. This area consists of a lot of marks. And yes, with the very, first time we are going with so much of Ind AS, only Ind AS for, well, mainly Ind AS for final. So no problem will be coming outside the book. Only from the book, whatever the illustrations are there, the same problem will be asked as it is, or sometimes the figures may be changed. The name of the company may be changed. But otherwise, it will be one and the same. The problem will be coming as it is. Please kindly do this problem. However, after completing this, I will be sharing solutions. Okay. And same problems are given in CA study materials also. Same problems are given. These are given in the draft note of the Ind AS. Specific problems are given. So nothing can come beyond our book. So do the study materials. This time the study material is very, very nice. It is better than CA study material and CS study material. So please kindly pen down whatever the problems are there. Okay, go for the next one. Right, 18th one. The following are the balance sheet of Rita Limited and Arima Limited on 31st March 2017. I'll tell you about this problem before going to this. This problem will be the internal reconstruction plus amalgamation. Internal reconstruction plus amalgamation. Again, good problem, classical problem. Right. Not only this time, it can be asked after 10 years also, because it's a combination of internal reconstruction and amalgamation. I mean to say business combination. So good problem. Yes, go for it. The following are the balance sheet of Rita Limited and Arima Limited on 31st March 2017. Everything they are given. And the balance sheet, one point is that just you have to underline in the balance sheet that including investments in Arima Limited 2,10,000. So there is a intercompany investments are there. So the Arima Limited, Rito Limited has invested 210 lakhs. 210 lakhs has been invested by Rito Limited in Arima Limited. Okay, right. Go for adjustments. It was decided that Arima Limited will acquire the business of Rita Limited, enjoying benefits of carry forward losses. The following scheme has been approved for the merger. Arima Limited will reduce its shares to rupees 10 per share and then consolidate rupees 10 such shares into one share of rupees 100 each. We have discussed already what is subdivision of shares and what is consolidation of shares. The starting of the class, we have discussed what is subdivision and what is consolidation. So subdivision is when the share is from the higher denomination to lower denomination, you are converting, then number of shares will be increasing, that we call. Lower denomination to higher denomination, if you are converting your shares, then it becomes consolidation. In consolidation, number of shares will get reduced. In subdivision, number of shares will get increased. So this we have already discussed about it at the starting of the class. Okay, right. Now, right, friends, among you, how many of you are have to go for continue your office work after the class? I know most of you are employed. So some of the people in between the office time you have come because work from home around the clock you have to work. There is no specified time, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 9 to 9, nothing like that. You have to work around the clock. So some of the people might be going for your office work again. So how many of you are not free after 8 o'clock? How many of you are not free after the 8 o'clock? Yes. Saina, you are Sheetal. Saina, you are available or not available? Not available. Anybody else? Anybody else? So others are available. Okay, right. Yes, when you will get free, Saina and Sheetal? When will you get free today? After 11. Acha. Sheetal, how about you?
So what is your plan, sir? We'll adjust my schedule accordingly.
My planning is
Because most students are available, so don't
no,
want them to miss out something.
I don't want to deprive anyone. So that's the idea. See, after this, I have one session from 8:15 to 10:15 or something like that. Then I can, because see, with this speed, we cannot complete anything. We are doing one problem or two problems the class. Yes, you need time for this because this area is 103 is going to come in the exam for sure. It is 20. Devoting this much time, very good. But if I have to give the time, I would like to give you more time. I'm free after 10:30 today. If everyone is okay for that, we can have one session and we can do a little more problem. So if everybody is okay, then around class, addition class. Okay, right. By end of the class, I can just message in the our group. You can give your willingness. If everybody is go for the class, okay, so that we can do more problems. And last week also we have lost. So coming week is now Navratra is going on. I don't know.
Sir, this month we are having only 3 classes, sir.
Nothing can be done. Chaliye, right. So,
And the next month also
yes.
maybe only another 5 sessions or so.
We will be going for full November. We'll be going, and in November, I will ask the teachers, because in November I'll be getting the time after CA exams and other things and all. So yes, I'll try. I'll try to give as much as time for you, subject to my times. Okay, my other programs. So let's see. I will give from my side. I won't wait for institute to allot the class or something like that. Yes, when you go for the class, my classes, at least I have the satisfaction. Yes, I have done this session. So I'll give from my side, I'll give the class, but subject to everybody's availability. Okay, if everyone is there and Saina and Sheetal can attend the class today and others also, yes, we'll go for it. Chaliye, right. Now, next problem is a combination of amalgamation and the reconstruction. It was decided that the Arima Limited will acquire the business of Rito Limited for enjoying the benefits of the carry forward business laws. The following scheme has been approved for the merger. Arima Limited will reduce its shares to rupees 10 per share, and then consolidated rupees 10 such shares into one share of rupees 100 each. Banks agreed to waive off loan of rupees 18 lakhs of Arima Limited. Shareholders of Rita Limited will be given one share of Arima Limited in exchange of every share held in the Rio Limited. Into CO2 Rita Limited. After the merger, the proposed dividend of Rita Limited will be paid to the shareholders of the Rita Limited. Rita Limited will cancel 20% holding of Arima Limited investment, which was held at a cost of 75 lakhs. Authorized capital of Arima Limited will be raised accordingly to carry out the scheme. So this is about this problem, or the good problem combination of amalgamation, reconstruction, and with other adjustments. So how to go for it? Let's see here. Okay. Right. Okay. This is problem number 18. Right? Yes. Problem. Question number. Okay. Right. So okay. Whose book we are making the entry? We are making the entries in the books of make the removed. Okay, so let's make the entry for the reconstruction. Arima Limited will reduce its shares to 10 per share and consolidate share of 100 rupees. So here the entry will be first equity share capital, and we are taking rupees in lakhs. Rupees in lakhs, equity share capital, 100 account debit to equity share capital, 10 account to capital reduction. So how much was the share capital was there? Share capital was in Arima Limited 300 lakhs were there. Now it is reduced to 1/10, that is 50. 270 is the sacrifice of the shareholders. Okay. The next one is now it is consolidated. Equity capital debit to equity share capital. Same 30. So 30 lakh rupees. This is consolidation we have done. Now waiving of loan, they have said bank agreed to waive off loan 18 lakhs. So here what they have given, loan from bank. So loan from bank. To capital reduction. How much they are reducing? 18 lakhs. Okay. How much is this? Shareholders of Retail Limited, it is creditors are Limited. After merger, Retail Limited will cancel 20% of this. Now our capital reduction is over. Capital reduction is over now. So let us see here how much is our this one. This is the capital reduction account. Just I'm making the rough account. I will cancel this now. If you want to note down, you can note down it. Capital reduction account. Capital reduction account. Capital reduction, what we have done, we have credited 270 by equity share capital 100 account 270. Then bank loan. Bank loan 18. Afterwards, just you see if any losses are there, that is also to be written up. See, accumulated losses 240 lakhs are there. Accumulated losses, if you see Arima Limited 240 lakhs are there. Okay, so that we have to write off. So here we'll be writing off capital reduction account debit. $240 lakhs they have given in the balance sheet. 240 lakhs. Then look for any intangible assets are there, fixed assets after depreciation they are given, there is no intangible assets. Had there been any intangible asset, that also should be written off. Had there been any intangible assets, those intangible assets are also to be written off. Here, fortunately, we don't have any intangible assets. So that's it. We have the two P&L account 240. So total this we have 288. 288. So here balancing figure is 48 days. So this we will transfer to capital reserve. Friends, my kind suggestions, please be careful about this capital reserve, because generally it should this people leave it, forget. Balance sheet will not tally. You keep searching for it where the mistake has been done, and you will be wasting the time. So it is better whenever you do it in the question paper itself, capital reserve करके आप लिख दीजिए side पे capital reserve this much, so that you don't miss it. Okay, unnecessarily we will not lose our time. Okay, so capital reserve, you write it, and because the reason is definitely it's my experience. Even while doing in the class also, I have forgotten this. So used to search, a lot of time used to be wasted. So please write it in the question paper itself. It's a capital reserve. Otherwise, immediately open the other equity account, put the capital reserve, because that is the first item supposed to come in the equity. It will follow like this: capital reserve and security premium, then other reserves will be coming. Okay, so make the note to accounts, equity, and do the immediately you record this, because we will be definitely, most of the students will be missing this. Okay, right. So our profit, revaluation, capital reduction profit, this will be transferred to capital reserve account. So capital reduction account. How much? It's 48. Right, now we have to do the amalgamation. For amalgamation, we need what we need. We need the leave sufficient space for balance sheet, because we have to make the balance sheet also. I have the, I have the facility to, up karna, down karna. That facility I have. So you don't have that.
So will we get the same facility at exam?
Which facility? I'm doing on the iPad.
Might be this same facility like cut paste thing.
So you can get after becoming member. Not
No, sir.
before.
I'm just pointing towards the online exam thingy. You were saying that yesterday that
Online exams we'll be discussing in the extra class, additional class, not now. We are having lesser time. We will be discussing that.
understood, sir.
Okay, right. We'll use this time for the class. The additional extra class later on the night, that we can discuss. Okay. So I have the lavishness to adjust here and there. Don't have, so please sufficient space for the balance sheet also, you leave it. After working note, if you are doing the yes, and I can become the member. Yes, you will be also member, and yes, we will meet in the meetings and conferences and all these things. We can get to know about each other and sit together and have a coffee. Yes, we can do it. We'll do it very soon. Right. Let's go for it now. After working note, you can make the note to accounts. Nothing wrong in that. Okay. Right. But balance sheet, immediately after the journal entries, you have to have. Right. So the first working note will be for consideration. Okay. Calculation of Consideration. Okay, so here, what they have said here, they have said here in the problem, adjustment number 3. Shareholders of Retail Limited will be given one share of Arima Limited held in Retail Limited. Okay, right. That is 600 divided by 600 lakhs. 600 lakhs divided by rupees 100. So this is 6 lakh shares. Okay, so number of shares. Retail Limited. 6 lakhs. Okay. Then how many shares we have to issue? They say here, shareholders of Retail Limited will be given one new share of Arima Limited in every share in number of shares, number of exchange ratio 1:1. Therefore, number of shares issued by number of shares to be issued by Arima Limited 6 lakhs less. What does it mean? What does it mean? Please, please unmute yourself and you can tell me. 6th point, what is Retail Limited will cancel 20% holding Arima Limited investment which was held at a cost of 75 lakhs. I would like to ask Anand. Yes, come on. What does it mean? Anand, are you there? Okay. Who can unmute yourself and you can speak? Sharma ji?
Yes, yes.
Yes, बोलिए.
So the investment was held at the cost of 75 lakh. And 50% of that comes to 10 lakh.
Better you type. You can mute yourself. Yes, anybody else? Yes, Aishwarya. Hello. Anybody else?
They'll cancel the shares already held by Retail Limited.
How many shares are held by Retail Limited in Arima Limited?
That they say 20%, so might be 3 lakhs to 20%.
How much?
60,000.
60,000 shares. How 60,000 shares?
3 lakh to 20%.
Very correct. Very correct. Very correct. Okay. So here, number of shares held by Retail Limited is 20% of Arima Limited. Arima Limited has how many shares? Arima Limited has 300 divided by 100, 3 lakh shares Arima Limited has. In that, 20% is Rito Limited. Rito Limited, number of shares held by Rito Limited will be 3 lakhs into 20 by 100. 20% of 3 lakhs is 60,000. So that is what they say. That 60,000 shares, they will be cancelled. So here, less shares with Rito. So this we have to calculate. Number of shares held by Rito in Arima is 20% of Arima. So that is 3 lakhs into 20 by 100. It becomes 60,000 shares. But already the capital reduction has been done. The share value has been reduced from 100 to 10. So 90% is sacrificed minus shares reduced. So 6 lakhs, 60,000 into 90%. Because 1/9 has been sacrificed, sorry, 1/10 has been, 9/10 has been sacrificed. So 60,000. So 54,000 if you cancel it. Now number of shares held by number of shares still with Rito Limited is 6,000 shares. Okay. So this is the shares. This we are new shares to be issued. 54,000, sorry, 5,94,000. 5,94,000. So purchase consideration. 5,94,000 into 10. 59,40,000. This is the purchase consideration. Okay. Now we can go for the purchase consideration. We calculated. Now we can go for the entries. So here, how many assets are the fixed assets are 8,10,000. Okay. So here, incorporation entry, fixed assets account debit. Fixed assets account debit. Investment account debit. We had investments of, total investment is how much? 2,10,000 is there. 2,10,000 was there. Investments in Arima Limited was 75 lakhs. So 210. Okay. So this is 135 and this was 810. Then Debtors account debit. Debtors for 120. Yes. Okay. Bank account debit. $75. Then what else? 10% debentures. Debentures are 150. Loan from bank. Loan from bank. It was 75 lakhs were there. In that, 18 lakhs were sacrificed. So left out is 75 minus 18 is 57 lakhs. Loan from bank. No, Arima Limited was not here. This was for Arima Limited. So here full 75 lakhs will be taken. Okay. So sundry creditors. Sundry creditors are 90,000. And unpaid dividend is also being paid. Unpaid dividend. How much is this unpaid dividend is? 60 lakhs. 60 lakhs. To consideration. We already got it. It was. Consider this. So this is 59 lakhs 40,000. So here 94. Consideration 590. So if you quote it, 810 plus 155 plus 120 plus 75. It is coming 1140. Left side is coming 1140. Right side is 150 plus 75 plus 90, 90 plus 60 plus 594. We are 964. So 1140 minus 964. So this is coming 170. This is gain on bargain purchase. Seven. This is the, and we have to discharge the purchase consideration. Discharge of purchase consideration. And here it was consolidated. So 594 into 100 is, yeah, right to 94 minutes. So okay, discharge of PC, consideration account debit, to equity share capital. Then payment of dividend, payment of unpaid dividend. Unpaid dividend account debit, bank account. How much was unpaid dividend? Unpaid dividend was 60 lakhs. So 60. So this is the way we do it. And the balance sheet is given in the book. So you can do it. You will be getting that. There won't be any problem in that. Okay. So you can try this. The balance sheet I'm giving you as a homework. You can try this. And this is one of the very, 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 very good problem. Okay. So our this part is over. 200 minus 75. Achha. I'll explain numerology. Here they have given here number of shares with total investment is how much? Total investment in Reto Limited. Total investment is 210 lakhs rupees in lakhs. Cost of investment in Arima Limited for 60,000 shares. उन्होंने खरीदा है 60,000 shares for rupees 75 lakhs. Problem पे दिया है 20% of Arima Limited has been bought by. तो ये है. So these shares are investment है, intercompany investments है. So therefore we will be subtracting this. तो बाकी है 1,35,000. ठीक है. So that is it. That is the way we got the 1,35,000. Remaining investments, other investments. This is other investments. ठीक है.
एंट्री नहीं होगा.
हाँ जी.
Fourth adjustment.
Book that. Yes, we have to pass the entry for that also. Yes, I forget. Okay, I'll do that. इसको थोड़ा एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So here mutual debt. Mutual debts. They say shareholders limited. One second. After merger proposed during this one, retail made 20% this one. यहाँ था क्या है? Arima Limited reduced its shares. Bank agreed to waive off shareholders of return. Sundry creditors of Arima Limited. Fourth point. Sundry creditors of Arima Limited include 30 lakh payable to Reto Limited. The mutual debts. Creditors account debit. Creditors account debit. Two debtors account. 30 lakhs. 30 lakhs. Okay. The rest of the things, balance sheet I'm giving to you as a homework. You can do the balance sheet, and it depends on everybody's decision. So we may have the class today at 10:30, or if some other the next session with other people, if it is not getting over by the time, then we may have the class tomorrow morning. We can have the class around 7:38 or something like that. So depends, because morning is also there are so many commitments are there. So we'll see. I'll try to give tonight itself, and I will send you the ID and password in a while. So meantime, you people have to give me a confirmation that everybody is joining. That confirmation I don't want to depress somebody is going to has to do the office work. That is not right on my. So yes, you can message me, and hopefully everybody will join this class. Please
Sir, what will
kindly.
be
I'll be continuing this because this area is a very important area. Three, four classes got cancelled. So this is sixth or seventh class. So I would like to give more time for the next part. It is coming. That is reverse merger. So that is one of the very important areas. What is PW of extra class? PW, what does it mean?
Password.
Password, I guess.
Acha, password. Okay. Definitely. I'll do that. And meantime, Anand, if you can share this with Mr. Chandrasekhar, that would be better. So even if the other people, those who have not attended the class today, they can also join with us. Yes, friends, please kindly give your reviews. That is a boost for me, and that supports me a lot. So, friends, please. Okay. Okay, friend. Thank you. Namaste. Hopefully, we are starting our class around 10:45, 10:30, 10:45. Namaste. I am ending the class.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
ஏன் கிடையாது இன்னைக்கு சாப்பாடு இது வராது என்ன
இது ஹேண்ட் எங்க வச்சான்னு பாக்குறேன்
அங்க இருக்கு
எங்க